Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
The Hulu original series, Furious, is coming to Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus July 27th.
There are 3 victims we know of. The suspect is female, white, late 20s.
Female serial killers
Kill for power, control. I believe there's a deeper motivation here.
You have no idea who you're dealing with, and you are gonna end up dead.
I've been waiting for you.
Watch the Hulu original series, Furious, on July 27th. Streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh.
Larceny. Welcome to Live, Laugh, Larceny. A unique experience, like pulling a really long hair from your butt crack. This is Trevin.
And I am Amanda. Damn it. That one really got to me.
And that is a unique experience.
No, it really is. I have very long hair.
Oh,
very
yeah.
long hair. So when I'm washing in the shower and one gets stuck in the crack, you guys.
And I'm sure you're the type of person that your hair shows up in other people's ass cracks.
Oh, yeah. My hair gets everywhere. It's
I once
in
had
everyone's
an ex
butts.
with long hair, and it happened to me a lot when I was around her.
No way.
It really did. I'm like, how is this happening?
So, Trevin.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your dreadful dilemma this week?
Well, I have an interesting dilemma.
Okay.
Throughout our time doing this show, I have had many marketing dilemmas.
Right. Absolutely.
I've been very open about the struggles of marketing a show and how hard this can be.
Yeah.
And I've been following and thinking of different things. Like, I'm expecting us to be a brand name in no time.
Right.
But I'm like, well, what should I do to help myself get there? I've always been a little self-conscious about how long it takes us to get to stories on our show.
Absolutely. Same. Like, I love catching up with you each and every week. And I know people love, well, some people don't, aka the 1-star reviewers that call me the cackling woman.
Yeah.
But some people really enjoy that part, and some people really enjoy the segments and the stories. But I feel you. I always wish that we somehow could have pushed that up ahead, because we love that part so much, and you put so much work into that part.
Yeah, and it's like the thing we market the most, but then I get it. It also can take up to 15, 20 minutes till you get to it. And the way I look at it is like Key and Peele or something, or Chappelle's show, where he comes out and he talks to the crowd, warms them up, and then he starts and you get into the skits. And I think of, because we put so much work into it, it's sort of like a main event to kind of wait for.
Right.
But I totally get it if you're trying out something new. You're like, hey, how do I get to the meat and potatoes here?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a self-conscious thing of mine because I think that we have a great show, and I hate having to be like, oh, be patient. The good part's coming. You don't want to say that about your own thing.
Yeah.
So I thought about this idea. Let's do an episode where it's almost like a sampler sort of an episode, but we're going to do things a little out of order because you only get one chance at a first impression.
You're exactly right. And we've had so many people say that we met at CrimeCon or that came to our live show at CrimeCon that was like, what episode do you recommend? Where should I start?
Yes.
And we didn't really have that in mind. So yeah, this is kind of, if you are new, a good one to start at. If you're an OG, it's a good one. We're going to cover new things at the end. And then we're also going to do a little bit of nostalgia along the way.
Yeah. If you're a fan, stick around. This is definitely not a rehash. Yeah, like you said, I didn't realize this was ever a problem, but I can totally see why it is. It's like when you start a new show, sometimes it's overwhelming when you're like, oh my God, you have a calendar of 246 episodes. Where do I start?
It's like, start here.
Yeah.
And then if you want to go all the way back into the archives before we switched our name to Live, Laugh, Larceny, by all means, go back and live through it. But I would love to have you see what we can do here and now first.
Yes. we put a lot of our personalities and who we are into the story. So a lot of times there are inside jokes to our lives that show up in the stories, since our narrators are almost like characters within the stories too.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, oh yeah, it's very important because it helps us build more lore. But I understand you want to hear what we can do. So let's hear one of our favorite stories. This story led to a collaboration between Amanda and I throughout our time together. We've done some parody songs, and
Oh, yes. That is a big thing about our show that a new person wouldn't know, because we haven't done a new song in a while. But
yeah, they're more spread out.
the parody songs are some of our favorite things. Yes.
Yes, we love to do them. And this was one where I got to get Amanda to sing a song, and probably the most work I'd ever done and put into one still to date for us. I thought this would be a good one to just kind of show you guys a greatest hit for us. And we don't actually listen to the finished product together, so we're going to reminisce about the story and discuss the crime again after freshly listening to it together.
And don't worry, after that, we still have a segment for you all. And at the end, I will be covering a brand new petty crime story you haven't heard.
Yeah, so here we go. Sex. Woo doggy. It's a wild ride. But instead of focusing on the act of bumping uglies itself, let's talk about its role in our society. Sex is as ingrained in our culture as Star Wars spin-offs and chart-topping hits. Each decade redefines what's hot, weaving sex appeal into the wet dreams of the next generation. In the early 2000s, pop stars like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera gave themselves massive G-string wedgies, transforming butt floss into the seductive accessory known as the whale tail. Then, in the 2010s, Jennifer Love Hewitt tried to make vajazzling a thing, replacing pubes with bedazzled jewelry. These are just a couple of examples of sex's endless rebranding. And trust me, history is full of even weirder ways of cultivating carnal urges. No matter when you're listening to this, be it July 2024, the far-off future of 2088, or somehow in the past via a time machine, I guarantee sex is a topic on people's minds. Humans just want to be inside each other, and the bigwigs of the world found a way to turn that desire into cash. Ironically, so they can buy sex too. It just sells. Our weaker urges have become companies' strongest selling points. Axe deodorant turned teen boys into sex icons with a spray. Kim Kardashian made girls believe they could get her toned cheeks with Skechers shape-ups. And Carl's Jr. and Paris Hilton taught me how to be horny for hamburgers. Thanks to our need to temper lascivious thoughts with spending, our world is wall-to-wall sex, all to distract your mind and get your money. Because of these profitable truths about our human sexual nature, the presence of sex in all facets of life is just expected. We are desensitized, no longer shocked when even bottled water is marketed by a burlesque dancer. It's just what it is. Now anything from toenail clippers to snowplows can give me a random boner. And I have nothing to blame but capitalism. Now, imagine a sheltered individual suddenly thrust into a steamy, sexy world at large. How shocking would it be to penetrate our hot world cold? Well, our main character is about to find out, with a little help from a sex icon of yesteryear. The setting of a small company's corporate office differs greatly from the large cubicle farms and workplace comedies. In these intimate environments, office culture is often dictated by the loudest voices.
This is the bad bitch of the office.
At the 4-person accounting firm Lipschitz and Taint, this voice belonged to the Queen Bee, Samantha H. Samantha brought a winning spirit, worldly knowledge, and a way with numbers that made any aspiring accountant want to get down and call her mommy. She exuded success, and as soon as she opened Lipschitz and Taint up for partners, 2 fierce girl bosses plugged right in with the company's mission. The 2 women, Gwen and Bess, acted as interchangeable parts of Samantha's well-oiled machine. Even Samantha would get them confused. As long as a blonde bombshell in a pinstripe power suit was nearby, she knew the request would be handled, even if she wasn't sure which bombshell received the message. Lipschitz and Taint, led by the stylish, type A Samantha, prided itself on a team of strong women. But their diversity hire, Justin, struggled to fit in with his bold colleagues. Justin was a bit of a late bloomer, or at least he was holding out hope that he might one day bloom. With a homeschooled education and a sheltered childhood, taking a job at a Los Angeles accounting firm felt like a big adventure. However, the culture shock that quickly followed dampened the enthusiasm he had felt when he first applied. The more Justin overheard side conversations about the tortured poets department, Matt Healy getting engaged, or the challenges of drinking wine while breastfeeding, the more he found himself developing tunnel vision for his numbers. He couldn't relate to the lives of his coworkers, and truth be told, he had no idea what they were talking about. The only pop culture he was familiar with was his giant collection of soda bottles from the 1950s. This sad truth didn't stop Justin from trying, however. Although the savvy personalities of his coworkers intimidated him, Justin viewed their friendship as a challenge he could overcome. Just like the time he stayed up all night trying to crack Brazilian tax codes for his geographical accounting final, he felt that being cool could be achieved in a similar way. Drawing on his academic experience, Justin purchased a self-help audiobook, How to Win Coworkers and Avoid Politically Charged Conversation. The lesson started out promisingly, but as he was prompted to purchase the subsequent volumes, he couldn't help but notice how the author seemed to find everything politically triggering.
Always recycle in front of coworkers that you want to like you, but don't recycle if they think you're a hippie, then they won't respect you. And don't call them hippies. Hippies don't like that. I know what you're thinking. Can I say anything nowadays? And the answer to that is in my $30 audiobook, How to Announce Your Prejudices and Not Get Canceled. Buy now.
With his very informative audio adventure over, Justin sat in silence, deciding if another book of tirades was the right move for his friend-making goals. As he checked his bank account for available funds, he overheard a conversation from the next cubicle over.
Why so blue, Bess? Is it all the yacht taxes we write off using companies' charity donations?
As much as that does hurt to see each day, I just checked tickets for Madonna's celebration tour and the prices are ridiculous. I know she's a material girl, but damn!
In this economy, it's hard to stay in vogue. How much are the tickets?
$500.
$500? My God! Now I'm also sad. I was hoping to go to that show too, but the prices! I heard the tour is supposed to be a nearly 3-hour performance of her life story.
Well, if we ever get tickets, I'd love to go with you. Justin listened to the woman with intent. He loves 17th century modern art of the Madonna and all artistic representations of the Virgin Mary. Not only that, but an entire celebration tour? For a guy who's essentially lived under a rock his whole life, even he could see why the leaders of his firm felt so strongly. As Justin clicked on the checking account in his online banking site, the $40,000 balance stared back at him. He wondered why he even took the time to check his balance since he had no social life to spend money on. There was no question he could afford the next installment of his misguided friend guide, but the conversation between Samantha and Bess had him thinking bigger. With one tab open to the audiobook and another to tickets for Madonna's celebration tour, Justin tried to weigh the pros and cons of his decision. After months of learning how to win coworkers and avoid politically charged conversations, he was tired. The only thing those books really taught him was how to fear the woke bourgeoisie. Deciding to take a risk for a better outcome, Justin chose to buy his peers' friendship instead of earning it. He went back to the celebration tour site and purchased 4 tickets for the entire show. "Excuse me, ladies," Justin called, catching Samantha's attention as she stood by Bess's desk.
Good morning, Justin. I hope we weren't being too loud over here.
Samantha replied. "It's no problem at all. I actually couldn't help but overhear that you two were talking about celebrating art featuring the Madonna. I happen to have 3 extra tickets if you think we should make a work trip out of it." Samantha looked surprised.
That's very generous. You don't really seem the type. Are you familiar with Madonna's work?
"Oh yeah, Our Mother of Perpetual Help, Madonna and Child, and who could forget the Immaculate Conception? There is so much great work featuring the Madonna." Samantha glanced at Bess, impressed by Justin's apparent knowledge. Most people's favorite Madonna songs were Holiday or Papa Don't Preach. The Immaculate Conception must be a lesser-known deep cut even they didn't know.
If you're sure you want to do this, and you don't mind paying for our tickets, we'd love to join you for the celebration tour,
Samantha said. For the rest of the day and the following weeks, Justin watched his popularity grow within the small work group. Samantha began stopping by his desk to chit-chat about random happenings, while Gwen would order 2 egg-white toasted macadamia chai teas, just to give one to him. It felt nice to be thought of. Work had become a place for fun with friends and making money, until the night of the concert finally came. Justin showed up to the Kia Forum early, securing the best vantage point to spot his coworkers when they arrived. He scanned the faces of each passerby, noting the unique and eclectic attire: leather, lace, and seashell bras. Art featuring Madonna definitely brings out some freaks, he thought to himself, looking down at his muted gray turtleneck and slacks. Despite his healthy fear of everyone nearby, Justin took comfort in knowing he was meeting up with the few professional people attending this show. No matter how intimidating he found Samantha and his other coworkers, they were tame compared to his current surroundings. This sense of comfort was short-lived, however, when his expected team of businesswomen showed up dressed as a matching trio of schoolgirls.
Are you ready to get into the groove?
Samantha shouted over the crowd. Justin glanced at his boss, who was proudly sporting a mountain of cleavage and legs that seemed to go on forever. He didn't even know she had that much skin. I am, he managed to squeak out.
I trust we can all be professional about the bodacious rack I have on my personal time,
Samantha said.
Speaking of which, you seem to be in shock. Have you not been to a Madonna concert before?
I've just been a fan from afar, Justin replied.
So some would say you're like a virgin?
Samantha quipped. I don't get it, Justin admitted. The 4 tax professionals made their way through the lines to the $500 seats Justin had purchased.
5 minutes till showtime!
Samantha shouted, holding her beer high.
And these seats fucking rock!
I know, Justin shouted back. We're going to get a great look at the art. For the next 10 minutes, Justin kept his excitement at peak arousal. He was ready to see the Madonna and a celebration of all her various looks over time. But after showtime, the only thing he managed to see was some backstage workers bumbling around and double-checking the mics.
Testing?
More and more time passed. Justin sat after 30 minutes of waiting, while the professional schoolgirls with him lasted a full hour.
Start the show already!
Their patience was pushed over the borderline, until, an hour and a half after the scheduled showtime, like a prayer, Madonna finally appeared.
It's about fucking time.
The crowd leapt to their feet, cheering on the emergence of their long-awaited performer.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Madonna yelled into the mic. Screams poured from the mouths of crowd members, while Justin answered the question honestly to himself. I'm uncomfortable and very confused.
I want to thank you all for being patient with me.
Madonna continued.
I had to make sure I was nice and sexy for you all. So let's start our first song and feel free to let loose and celebrate your bodies.
As the blaring music began, Madonna ripped off her sparkly jacket, revealing a lace corset. The crowd erupted, and Justin's heart pounded. This wasn't the Madonna he knew from art history. He felt a wave of panic as the lyrics turned overtly sexual, each line a stark reminder of how out of place he was.
Boobs. Yeah, I got 'em. They could sink a ship, they got a nip on the tip and I flaunt 'em. They look good in a sweater. And I rock the house when I open my blast in warm weather.
It was a full-blown sex show.
I breathe life into this party with the mounds upon my body. These TITs are VIPs, you're forever a nobody. Make you order by the pound. Going for a hug, I'll knock you down. When I get older, they'll be on the ground. But I got the bestest breast in town.
This was no art of the Virgin Mary as depicted by male artists throughout time. This was a diva flaunting her sex bits while others screamed in support. The news of a gathering of this caliber would have offended Justin. The reality that he found himself in felt unfathomable. Justin quickly pulled out his phone and Googled Madonna with more dubious intent. As the page loaded, his virgin eyes were attacked with the very unvirgin images of Madonna. Topless photographs and nude scenes from films popped up on his screen. Even when he searched for her art, all that came up was a softcore pornography book called Sex that she made in the 90s. He had never seen so many nipples and ass dimples in all his life. Now, mixed with the mistake of wearing a turtleneck, the regret Justin felt was enormous. The thousands in attendance dancing, yelling, and sweating made survival difficult, not to mention the additional heat caused by the erotic pop music. All he wanted to do was join his fellow ticket holders in a state of undress, but he couldn't expose his plain white t-shirt underneath. That wouldn't be decent. Before Justin was forced to make a tough decision, Madonna addressed the heat openly with the crowd.
Are you all feeling hot out there?
She shouted. It felt like maybe there was a little Virgin Mary in her after all. What a saint, he thought to himself, believing that a little relief might be coming his way. The crowd wailed and hollered at the question, and even Justin joined in. Yeah, turn up the AC, he yelled out, feeling like part of the crowd.
Then take off your clothes, because we came here to get hot.
Madonna responded.
Feel free to grind on each other for this one.
A new song began, and everyone around him started gyrating and sweating on each other.
Take me, man meat.
All Justin could think about was how unfair this was. He had a legitimate issue with the heat, yet everyone else thought fornicating in public was a better use of their time.
I'm having a wet spell, and if you noticed hop in your boat, come and get a piece.
For the nearly 3-hour runtime of the concert, Justin's eyes were assaulted with lewd images. Oh God! Thonged butts shook. Dongs bounced in tight pants. And he even watched topless women simulate sex acts as if a pornography was being made right there on the stage.
I'm having a female orgasm.
Justin had stepped into some kind of sexy alternate dimension where the population was wall-to-wall sex fiends. Someone needed to answer for this indecent exposure. Shrouded beneath the noise of the rambunctious crowd, Justin yelled his warning to the diva performing before him.
You'll pay for this, Madonna, if it's the last thing I do,
he shouted. The Queen of Pop continued singing to her giant crowd of sexually charged yet adoring fans. As the encore went on, Justin opened up his to-do list on his phone, adding one new task for the next day: sue Madonna. In March of 2024, pop icon Madonna was sued for, quote, pornography without warning after the Los Angeles performance of her celebration tour. The lawsuit, filed by grown man Justin Lipples, states, during the performance, plaintiff was forced to watch topless women on stage simulating sex acts. Plaintiff felt like he was watching a pornographic film being made. It also went on to call Madonna's actions, quote, intentional, extreme, and outrageous, and that, quote, such actions were done with the intent to cause serious emotional distress or with reckless disregard of the probability of causing serious emotional distress. Along with these complaints, Lipples is also suing Madonna for starting the show 2.5 hours late, lip-syncing, and refusing to turn the AC up, instead unreasonably telling the crowd to take off their clothes. Justin Lipples is suing for breach of contract, negligent misrepresentation, unfair competition, false advertising, and emotional distress. No comments have been made by Madonna or her tour management, Live Nation. In today's world, sex is omnipresent, making Justin's surprise all the more baffling. How could anyone attend a Madonna concert without knowing what they're in for? Regarding the tour, I couldn't find reviews mentioning it as overly sexually charged. While some songs are sexual, a show with numerous topless numbers would be bigger news. For this story, let's consider Justin a prude who lost his way. If you're prim and proper, or a slip of a nip ruins your day, perhaps society isn't for you. But if you're a deviant like me, let's coordinate matching fishnet outfits and meet up for the celebration tour. If it's anything like what Justin said, it may actually be worth $500 ticket.
Trevin, my eyes were watering because I was laughing so hard. I forgot so many details about this story. I forgot that not only did we create the song Knockers, but there was also the Wet Spell song.
Yeah, I remember the day we recorded that we had spent so long on Knockers, and I could tell you were kind of tired, and I was like, okay, now let's do that second one real quick. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm having a wet spell.
Yeah, I forgot about Wet Spell. That was a second one tacked on there for fun.
So funny. Knockers is still so iconic. My daughters will randomly ask me to play that song, and we just, jam out. And holy hell, this is a very sexy, sexy story.
I'm actually so desensitized at this point. Where I'm sure when I did this one, that was probably a barrier pusher at the time.
Yeah.
After I hit play on this, I was like, is this really a good one to be our first one for our reintroduction? But at least you can see what we can do.
Yeah, exactly. And sex sells? Question mark?
I enjoy it most of the time.
Yeah, I feel like most do.
I think about this story a lot. I put so much work into the idea of it and so many dumb little jokes in there.
Oh my God. It was hilarious. The whole concept, he bought these tickets not knowing that it was a Madonna concert and it was more about the Madonna artwork, was really brilliant because you had to almost do mental gymnastics for this guy just to get us to the mindset of where and who you would have to be to want to sue Madonna for these reasons. And yeah, that's the only thing that really works, unless you're just an idiot like this dude.
There's something about when it comes to characters, it's so easy to just write off and be like, idiot, although I do believe that it was a scam sort of a situation where he was just, if I remember right, his dad was a lawyer, and so I think he was just trying to jump on the bandwagon because there were so many complaints at the time that Madonna was starting the show late.
Yeah.
And I think he already knew that he had enough people on his team for that. So then adding the additional, like, oh, I've been assaulted.
Pornography without warning? Is that what it was? That's so dumb.
Yeah.
What was she supposed to do? Warning. You're about to watch something that you might consider pornography. Warning.
Yeah.
Warning. That would kind of be a really weird aspect to do.
Yeah,
right
if that were
before.
the case, all pop shows would have a disclaimer at the beginning, I would think.
Yep.
Our Chapel Roan show we went to would have done that.
Exactly. And this is the same episode with my Justin Timberlake story, isn't it?
Yes, this is from episode 165. This is going to ruin the tour.
How funny that we both did tour stories that week with celebrities.
Very connected. I did know that you were doing Justin, and so we had already known it was going to be sort of a musical episode.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm going to go all out. I had a little bit of time on that particular time of my life, I guess. Yeah, it looks like it ended up getting dismissed in 2025. So
okay.
Yeah, I guess I did kind of just write that, and that was just what happened was that she got sued. That is the fun part of our show. After all the years of doing this, we aren't just a dumb criminals thing. Sometimes we cover crimes against humanity.
Yeah, where like no charges have been charged against somebody.
Or like petty revenge stories. We do personal stories. Originally, our bit was just to try to do things like a Dateline thing. We spread it out with different feels.
Yeah.
But this one was definitely
it's
our
iconic.
sex story and iconic.
It's iconic for so many reasons. Wow, that just really brought me so much joy hearing that again.
Yeah, it really did. I really am glad we went back and listened to that one again, because ever since we went back and listened to the Justin one, I was like, can we listen to the other one together too,
right?
please?
I know. No, it's only fair.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Here's a little tune to help you remember. Same drive, different day. Don't you wish you were getting away? Pack your bags and come on through. Texas, Ohio, Alaska, we're up there too. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Well, I hope you like my little song. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
I didn't think the pain from the shingles rash would affect simple, everyday tasks like bathing, getting dressed, or even walking around. I was wrong. Though not everyone at risk will develop it, 99% of people over the age of 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time. I developed it, and the blistering rash lasted for weeks. Don't learn the hard way, like I did. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
Well, Trevin, are we going to jump into our segments before my brand new story?
Yes. I love that whole TV segment aspect where we do our Dreadful Dilemmas, where we both start off having something going on in the week. And then we have a middle segment, which is usually some sort of a top 5 trivia, killer fact. Today, we're going to do things a little different. Then we go back to back with our stories. I kind of like as like a main, double feature presentation sort of thing. But I also understand why people want the stories first. So anyway, today we're going to do segments a little differently. But to start, Amanda and I are going to do a top 5 of our top 5 crimes that we've covered that we still keep thinking about.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Top 5.
Yes, ones that no matter how hard we try, these crimes cannot leave our brains. These are ones that we not only, when people ask us like, oh, what's the craziest crime you've done? Like, there's a few of those in there. There's a few that had ridiculous disguise or a ridiculous action. Or we ask ourselves, how did they achieve that crime? Like, there's so many different things about these top 5. And for anyone who's just checking us out, these are ones we would recommend going back and listening to also.
For sure. We do at least 2 an episode. And we've got almost 250 episodes, so that's a lot of little crimes.
Yeah. So I think we should read these actually in order of how we did them. So I'm going to start with the oldest one. Episode 70, titled Creepy, Crimey, Grossy. It was one of my stories titled One Very Sneaky Snack. This is a criminal that I really grew fond of.
Yeah, I can tell that you still think fondly.
I still think of him, Jinwon Chen. He was a bus driver who innocently was just simply trying to get some gummies to snack on, accidentally grabbed THC gummies while he was driving a bus full of people.
Yeah, it was like a Greyhound kind of bus or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He got so high that he had to pull the bus over and was found kind of slumped over at the wheel.
Yeah, he kind of fell asleep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that.
He was one of the petty criminals that I was like, justice for Jinwon! It was an accident. He's an innocent baby. We must protect him.
And he didn't speak good well, actually, it was in Canada, so it may not have even been in English.
Yeah,
I think he had a different language from where he was
Yes,
at.
there was a lot of things going against poor Jinwon.
Poor guy.
And he just wanted some gummy candies, but got real high instead. So that one's definitely one I still wonder, like, what's he doing today? Like, did he stay within the transportation industry after that?
Did this ruin it for him?
Does he still eat gummy candies, or is he traumatized for life?
Oh, I don't trust a gummy anymore. I never thought of it like
See?
that. That would
So
be so
many
sad.
things. Yeah.
As an
that's-
adult, oh my God, Emily and I have rekindled our love for gummies over the last couple years.
Yeah.
I feel like a kid again.
Exactly. He's one that I think of often, one I can't stop to get him out of my mind, I guess.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine being that high in public, not knowing you were going to be. Oof.
An unplanned and overindulgence of gummies, that sounds like a horror film.
Yeah. And everyone around you is strangers.
Especially when you're supposed to be like responsible. Oh my God. Our next one of 5 crimes we can't stop thinking about comes from episode 90, When a Drunk Stranger Calls. The story was titled Flamin' Hot Kitty. It was a crime that Trevin really wanted told on the show, but he thought it would be better coming from me. So he actually, this might be one of the only ones that you've ever recommended to me to tell.
Yeah, I'm thinking there might have been like maybe one other one, but yeah. I definitely threw the gauntlet down. It was before we had done a lot of where we wrote lines and swapped back and forth a lot. And so I was just like, the pitch of this, I want you to say it. So I was like, you should write it. But at the same time, I also was just kind of curious how you'd make the story work for it.
Right. And we actually used the 911 calls in this one.
That might have been our first ever.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
I mean, episode 90, that's pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
That story, of course, was about 50-year-old Katrina Morgan calling 911, yelling about how her pussy was on fire. And of course, it turned out she was like drunk and there was no real fire. It
Yeah,
was
she's like, you got to get your hose.
Uh-huh. She was being kind of sexual
Mhm.
to the 911 dispatch officer. We had 911 calls. I'm pretty sure she had a funny mugshot, if I remember right, too.
I think you're right. It wasn't like people laughing in the background. She wasn't at work doing it, was she?
No, she was at her house. I know that.
Okay, maybe it was like her friends pretended they didn't know she was doing it, I think is what it was.
She was charged with disrupting public service, a felony, and several misdemeanors. She agreed on a plea deal and was sentenced to 10 days in jail and a fine of $250. However, she was told her sentencing would be suspended if she could stay out of trouble for a year. And then later, the $150 fine was also removed. So as long as Homegirl didn't get in any trouble for a year, she really didn't have any punishment.
As long as she keeps that kitty on ice.
She was intoxicated at her friend's house.
Oh, okay, yeah, she was at a
And when they
friend's
found
house.
her, she was surrounded by empty alcohol bottles.
Wow. Imagine if I'm sure her friends knew, but imagine if they didn't. It's just like, what? Oh, what are you doing in my back room? Why are the cops here?
Oh,
Just
hell.
Calling 911 for no reason.
Too far.
So the next story actually was from one that I did during one of our Halloween specials. Shouty outy. From episode 131, Decor of the Dead. What year is that? 23, I think.
That sounds about right.
In the year 2023, we did a whole October month of Halloween stories.
Oh, yeah. We weren't playing around that year.
It was an ambitious...
We got it done. I don't know how.
It was just something we were feeling.
Yeah.
This one was one that I felt at the time was another one of those where I felt like I was kind of pushing boundaries a little bit. This guy, his name is Joseph Stroud. What had happened was a man in the town had died, and his gravestone kept having dead animals found on it. I think at one point they thought maybe there was just something weird happening with the animals just going there to die.
Mm-hmm. They were like, oh, he had a love for animals. No, this is too often and specific.
Somebody eventually got a picture of somebody.
They set up a camera out there.
Oh, yeah, they put a camera out there. That's right. That's a big bit throughout our show where people, it's like, what do they do? Set up a camera.
Yeah.
They caught a picture of somebody, and it was like a women's turquoise, like windbreaker and gray hair walking up and dropping like a dead possum on there. What ended up happening was this guy was putting on his wife's clothes and a wig and going and doing it. And he said that they had like a farmer's dispute about... Like a rivalry. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a farmer's rivalry. I don't remember if it was over property lines or like animals or something, but couldn't even let the rivalry go when the guy died. And he just kept putting roadkill on his grave. Like, are you okay, dude?
Yeah, he was a 79-year-old man from Bentonville, Arkansas, Joseph Stroud. He was given a 1-year suspended sentence and had to pay over $2,500 because they had said like the dead animals had
stained his grave. Yeah, like what the hell? Can't be doing that shit.
Oh, and he wasn't allowed to visit the cemetery anymore.
That's right. And his wife was buried there.
Yeah, his wife was buried there, and the clothes that he was wearing was his wife's clothes. So then he had to have like a chaperone anytime to go visit his wife's grave after that.
Yep. He couldn't go into there without a chaperone because he was so naughty and wouldn't stop doing that. That is another level of petty revenge. Like, if I am dead and gone and someone still has it out for me like that?
That's when you know it's a you problem.
That's true.
It's like, okay, me and this person have always had beef. Okay, they're no longer in the equation, but we still have beef.
Yeah, it's like, look in the mirror, bro.
Yeah, maybe it's me.
I don't know. That one, just because it's like an older gentleman, these old farmers, they still hold a petty grudge.
Oh, they do. And they act like they're so tough, but they're very catty and
sensitive.
And sensitive, for sure.
Well, the next one was also another one you did, Trevin.
Yes, which we actually did, I think it was at the end of year 4, maybe? I can't remember when it was. We did like a whole special Petties Award show, which we're wanting to do at the end of every year. But when we did one to finally get ourselves caught up from just talking about everything, this was voted as our number 1 what the fuck crime, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I had completely forgot it existed, and everybody else was just like rent-free in my head, rent-free, can't forget it. And
yeah.
I had forgot about it, but ever since we've talked about it, it has not left since.
Yeah.
I don't know how I wrote it, forgot it, and now it's like scarred me again. Maybe I blocked it out.
I don't know. Maybe it's because you're going thrifting more now.
It's like self-preservation.
Now you're just like, I know too much. I know where these items could have been.
My shirt's from a thrift store. I don't want to think about this coming from somebody's ass. So this came from episode 149, Dial M for Mischief. And this was from a guy named Mitchell Vest. He was a man who wore a kilt, and he was found...
Not a vest.
Not a vest, yeah. He was seen at multiple thrift stores. He would take different antiques off of the table and sort of like, this looks very nice, and nonchalantly walk over to a weird spot and whoop, just kind of hike his leg up a little bit and shove it in his butt. It's like when you see a little kid go somewhere to like poop in the corner and you're like, what are you doing over there? You could just tell that he went over to I'll just walk down this hallway that makes no sense and I'm hidden from a camera and whoop. But then the next thing that made it even more shocking, because that seems so terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, but it gets worse.
But he steeps it like tea and puts it right back on the table for somebody else.
Right back where he got it. That's why I think it's starting to affect you more, because Emily loves to thrift. I've always loved to thrift too.
Yeah.
But now that you're doing it with her more, I feel like you're noticing this could happen to any of us.
It really could. One was like a tin can, like a little tin.
Wasn't it like a makeup brush or something?
Yes, there was a makeup brush. He was 60 years old and one count of criminal
60.
mischief. That's all it was.
One count.
It was an antique bottle opener, a tobacco can, a makeup brush.
Unacceptable. And I can't lie, too. Every time I see a man in a kilt now, I'm just thinking, why are you wearing that? Is it for easy access to the antiques?
I know. I don't even think of bagpipes anymore. I think of antiques and butts every time.
Exactly.
He ruined kilts.
Bagpipes in the background, maybe. But yeah. Okay. Well, our final crime that we can't stop thinking about comes from episode 177. This is one that you actually suggested we put on the list. And like you had said, we have done so many poop stories.
Yes.
Obviously, the poopatrator, super pooperintendent, the sharding on the wigs.
Pooperintendent may have been one of the very first poop stories.
Yes, I think it was.
Sharding on the wigs was an early one. I feel like we forget about this one a lot, but there was the teacher who ruined the girl's birthday by going to the park and dumping poop all over park benches before she was supposed to have a birthday.
Yep. There's a lot of weird shit going on.
Yeah, in this feed.
Yes. But from episode 177, taking shit to another level, I did a short elevator poop story about 49-year-old Patricia Ann Jameson. She was actually going to a courthouse to speak to her lawyer about something else. And it was a one-story elevator ride. Very quick for her to pull the pants down, poop in the corner, pull the pants back up, and leave without anyone knowing or seeing her in the act.
So efficient. And yeah, like we do have a lot of poop stories, but for some reason with this one, for me, it's psychological too. Because like one floor, you couldn't make it to the bathroom, but like you also processed it and took care of it in one floor and then went to your appointment normally. Like it's just, I can't imagine. And like, was there not a bathroom on the bottom level? I think in your story you wrote that there wasn't, but
I wrote that it wasn't because we have to do so much mental gymnastics for these people.
Yeah, it's much more funny to make their stuff believable.
Yeah, I know, because most of the time, you guys, it just simply isn't.
Nope.
And this was a Florida one. I forgot that. This took place in the St. Lucie County Courthouse in Fort Pierce, Florida. They found her by reviewing security footage. Embarrassing. Security footage allegedly showed Patricia walk into the elevator and appear to pull her pants down while backing up towards the interior elevator buttons. Wow. I forget that elevators most of the time have security in them.
So she was definitely trying not to show too much. I wish we had that footage.
I know.
Or at least the footage of her leaving the elevator, like, oh, weird.
Wasn't me.
What a regular day I'm having.
She had 3 active warrants pending before that. That's why she came.
Yeah, so I can see the urgency of like, oh no, if I'm late to this appointment, this is probably something that's, gonna affect me.
Truly.
I don't know. If you don't want to get put in jail for those warrants and stuff, at least be like, oops, I shitted in the elevator, guys.
It was a really weird charge, too. She was arrested for nuisances injurious to health. That is really weird. She pled guilty to a 60-day jail sentence.
Wow.
And she already had 3 active warrants, but none of the online articles said what those were.
That is some shit.
No, literally.
I didn't even mean to do that. But So normally when we do our show, our segments, like we do the Dreadful Dilemmas, we each do one. If we're doing top 5, we each do one.
It's normally not about reminiscing on ourselves and our own stories. Normally we're doing like, top 5 deadliest storms.
Yeah,
or
we like to learn things. We grew up with Bill Nye and stuff like that. So we like to learn kind of fun, interesting things. Or if it's a weird fact or just a weird headline or something.
Yeah.
And before we go on to your story, I did want to give an additional little something here because this crime headline came up and I was like, do I turn this into a story? But it's like so similar to one we covered before. But this one actually has footage and I think you'll find the footage to be very entertaining.
Oh my God. Okay, tell us.
So coming from Fox 5 from Washington, D.C., in a twist of poetic justice, an Odenton man managed to have his own car stolen while he was allegedly burglarizing a business right across the street. Police were responding to a stolen vehicle report last Thursday morning when a burglary was reported just minutes later at a Verizon store across the street. Officers began to connect the dots after noticing blood on the store's window, as well as blood on the glasses of the man who reported his vehicle was stolen. When asked to show his hands, officers discovered blood on his hand and shirt and placed him under arrest. So I have the video here, and this video, somebody put just a little bit of editing, and it's perfect.
Wow.
Because they ask him, I don't want to spoil too much for you, but obviously you know he gets caught for it.
Yeah.
As he tries to talk his way out of it, somebody cut in some of the footage from the Verizon thing. So he's like, I was in a Verizon store, flashback. And it's him like crawling in the Verizon store.
That's like reality TV magic right there. I love it when there's like two housewives fighting and they're like, you said this last Thursday at the tea party. And she's like, no, I didn't. And then they do a flashback immediately cutting to her saying that.
Yeah, so the Howard County Police Department posted this, so I'm guessing they did the magic.
Okay.
So shout out for you guys.
Shout out.
Yeah, for the bit. I love it.
And someone took my truck.
Did you leave it here running?
I was at McDonald's.
All right, put your hands behind your back for me.
For what?
Were you at that Verizon store? Because you got blood on your hands and blood on your glasses.
I wasn't at no Verizon store, sir. I promise to God.
Have a seat real quick. Hold on.
Showing him again.
So here's the deal. Okay.
I was at the Verizon store, man.
Okay.
Someone stole my truck.
I understand that. So the gig's up. It's whether you want to be honest about stuff or not. You know what I mean?
I do. Oh my God.
That's kind of some karma right there, ain't it?
Well, I left the keys in.
Yeah, that's some karma right there, dude.
The officer's chuckling. He's just looking at him like,
yeah, just laughing in his face.
And there's the beautiful sunset in the background. All the while standing outside the Walgreens advertising lower priced cigarettes. That is a beautiful clip.
It is so beautiful. I just really wanted to share because it's like, yeah, we've kind of done the story. We did one. He was robbing a junkyard.
That's what it was, yeah.
And somebody stole his truck. Very similar situation. I think he left the keys in it. It was somebody in a bicycle, threw the bicycle in the back of his truck.
That's what it was.
Stole it. But this guy, having the video was just...
Oh, that's so good. Every time he said, I was not in a Verizon store, it showed another dipshit clip of him in the Verizon store. I mean, his face is covered, but it's like, you can tell
Same exact outfit.
Same glasses, same outfit. And he's like falling through the...
I don't know why he was even doing it that way, but yeah, it looked like he had crawled through a shelf and like his hands are on the floor and his feet are still up on the shelf. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why were you doing this? Okay. So I thought his face was fun and also just the dude's laughing in his face. Very fun.
No, that's so good. I love that. Well, you know what else we love?
Is it fun times?
I don't know if I should say ads or story time.
Fuck it. Say story times. That's fine.
Ads and story time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao. A gift from Italy to your home. San Pellegrino Ciao is a flavored sparkling water made with real fruit juice, finished with a pinch of Sicilian salt for a perfectly balanced taste. So which flavor will you choose? Peach, lime, blood orange, cherry, or maybe the all-new limoncello? Crafted in Italy with 0 grams of added sugar. San Pellegrino Ciao. Buy it now.
Trying to be a bit more mindful of things you buy? For you and your family? Well, when it comes to laundry, choose All Free Clear. 100% free from dyes and perfumes. All Free Clear uses only essential ingredients that tackle tough stains and odors. And it's gentle on the skin. It's a powerful clean you can feel good about. So go on, pick up a bottle of All Free Clear for your next laundry day.
Okay, you guys, I have a brand new petty crime story never before heard on our show. enough with the nostalgia, Trevin. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I got to see what you got cooking.
I actually have a lot to say before I jump into this. I finally watched the show on Disney Plus or Hulu called My Strange Arrest. I have been wanting to watch the show. It's an A&E show just because, honestly, on one of their season covers, it was the naked ATV guy.
Oh, yeah. I think you pointed that out to me at one point. Okay, I have not watched that.
I finally watched it. Now, our show and their show clearly differ because theirs is more serious. Theirs obviously has the visuals, and also they go through them very quick. They don't deep dive them like we do.
Well, yeah, they probably don't have as much info. So
no.
Does that mean you're watching like maybe 5 different crimes in one episode?
Maybe more, honestly.
Like kind of like Dumb Criminal sort of, just
it's
montage-y.
like short episodes, like 20-something minute episodes covering like a fuck ton of cases. And only some of them, this one that I wanted to dive into deeper, actually had the ones that were arrested as an interview. But most of them don't.
Okay.
They don't dive deep in at all like we do, though. So, not only, Trevin, did they cover the naked ATV guy, but they also did an episode on the guy that I covered that went to the grocery store wearing a Halloween mask naked and dumped regular milk and chocolate milk on him.
Ooh.
They've covered a lot of the crimes we've done just because they're ridiculous crimes. They're stealing. They're stealing.
I think that's exactly what it is.
And they are under arrest.
This is a citizen's petty arrest.
Yeah.
So did they interview those people at all? Or
no.
Because there wasn't. Oh, yeah, there was footage of that one.
He did do a news interview where he's just like had his hand up like this, like, what? Like, I was just having some fun. While I was watching this show, I discovered a very wholesome and relatable story that has the perfect set of characters for our listeners to root for, also perfect villains to hate on. Plus, 2 years after that episode of the show came out, there was a major update in the case.
Ooh, I love when that happens.
So, honestly, this is a 5-star crime in my book.
All right.
And here we go. You would think it would be ideal to live in a place like Wetumpka, Alabama. According to its Wikipedia page, there are about 7,000 to 8,000 residents, and quote, although it operates as a city, it is widely celebrated for its rich history and close-knit small-town charm. The city has a below-average crime rate, and more than half of its community members have said that they feel safe in the historically preserved streets.
I think I'm safe here.
Yet, being that there isn't much heavy crime, it is common that local law enforcement zeroes in on those who may not quite deserve their focus, those of the petty variety. Today's story is the product of a safe community, board officials, and an adorable crime leading to multiple ferocious arrests. 61-year-old Mary Alston was a sweet-hearted Southern belle who was known to wear bright and patterned blouses and volunteer her time at the local animal shelter. That is precisely where she met her future partner in crime, 85-year-old Beverly Roberts. The gals were similar in that they were both retired and shared a deep compassion for fur babies. The duo complemented the other well, where Mary was sweet, Beverly was sassy. And while Mary wore cheetah prints and stripes, Beverly preferred solid tops with bright colors. They laughed together and gossiped together.
Our town mayor really has small dick energy.
I heard it's much accurate than just his energy, if you know what I mean.
Their friendship went much deeper than sharing hot takes about their city. The pair wanted to make their community a better place. They decided to combine their interests and goals into a passion project, including feeding, trapping, spaying or neutering, and finding new homes for local stray cats. The majority of the residents began to recognize the cat ladies around town. They were known for their impeccable kitty tracking skills.
I smell fresh hairballs and kitty dandruff headed due north.
And luring the stray sweeties into homemade traps with wet cat food.
Here, kitty, 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 get your fancy feast.
The traps gently contained the scared felines, allowing for the cat ladies to pounce. After the successful trapping, they would pay to get the cats spayed or neutered, then would find each kitty a safe home.
Good morning, y'all. Hey, you want this adorable cat?
However, not everyone appreciated the free labor and good deeds of Beverly and Mary, including the mayor of Wetumpka, Jerry Willis. He would complain about the cat ladies left and right to anyone who would listen.
These cat ladies keep feeding all these stray creatures around town, and I just can't take it anymore.
Eventually, on June 25th of 2022, the mayor was fed up with the cat ladies when he spotted one of them catcalling near the county courthouse.
Hey, kitty.
He promptly picked up his cell and dialed one of his bros on the local police force. The call went through and was answered immediately due to the officers having absolutely nothing better to do with their time.
Wetumpka PD.
Hey there, this is Mayor Jerry Willis, and I would like to have officers report to the courthouse immediately.
Of course, Mayor. What seems to be the issue out there?
One of the self-proclaimed cat ladies are out here again on private property, feeding stray cats.
We will send out all units out to the scene at once.
Meanwhile, just outside, Mary had no idea she was causing any concern as she placed a fresh can of Fancy Feast into her cat trap. She waited patiently nearby her vehicle when she noticed a cop car approaching and parking right behind her. A serious-faced officer walked towards her.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Question. What are you doing?
Trying to trap some cats.
Okay. We got a call that someone was out here feeding cats and such.
I'm trying to trap them.
Can I see your driver's license, ma'am?
Mary immediately turned to grab her ID as the officer continued to question her.
Where do you take them once you trap them?
He asked with a stern tone. That's when Mary glanced up at a rearview mirror and noticed 3 cop cars in total, now surrounding her car. Before she could answer the officer's question, she raised her own concerns.
Y'all have 3 cop cars because I'm feeding cats? It's unbelievable.
After running Mary's ID through the system and clearing her of any previous crimes, 2 officers approached her with hands on their hips.
You have trespassed on property owned by Wetumpka County.
Don't be around here trapping them anymore, okay?
Yeah, the trespassing stands.
The police squad then slowly drove off as Mary dialed her fellow cat lady.
Beverly, I'm gonna need backup out here.
The officers left, but after a short ride across town, they grew bored of the stale scenery and returned to the location of their most exciting crime of the day. Almost as if they had manifested more drama for themselves, there were now 2 vehicles parked nearby the open field by the courthouse.
Ma'am, we told you to leave the area. We're teetering on taking you to jail.
For feeding cats?
The officer then turned to Beverly, looking at her as a guilty accomplice.
Can I see your ID too, please?
After running Beverly's information, the officer returned with purpose in his posture.
Apparently they've had an issue with you out here before.
We're trying to do the city a favor with all these stray cats.
You are trespassing.
I'm sitting in my car.
Beverly looked appalled as she sat in the driver's seat of her vehicle.
I see all the cat food in your back seat. It's pretty clear what you're doing here. We need to take you to jail.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, Miss Roberts, we need you to step out of your car.
Well, I'd be trespassing then.
Ma'am, you're already trespassing.
Shit! This is what you're wasting city gas on?
Reluctantly, Beverly stood up out of her seat and walked over to give Mary her car keys, ignoring the officers who were demanding the keys for themselves.
Give one of the officers those car keys!
But when Beverly continued past the officers, one of them stepped in between the cat ladies, aggressively pointing his finger at Beverly and scolding her.
Hey, it's gonna get ugly if you don't stop.
A stunned and offended Beverly clutched onto her car keys, then slapped the officer's rude hand out of her face with them.
You son of a bitch!
The officer grabbed Beverly's wrist, slapped cuffs on her, and said,
"You're way too old to be acting like this,"
before putting her in the back of his cramped cruiser. On June 25th of 2022, Wetumpka, Alabama's Mayor Jerry Willis called officers to a property owned by Wetumpka County to report 85-year-old Beverly Roberts and 61-year-old Mary Alston for feeding stray cats. Officer Brendan Foster spoke with Mary, and she informed him that she was trapping stray cats, getting them spayed or neutered, and finding them new homes. The officers responded with a warning, saying that she had to stop or he would arrest her for trespassing. Officers left the scene, and Mary's friend Beverly appeared soon after to comfort and assist her friend, although it wasn't long before the cops returned. After reviewing Beverly's record and seeing that she had been warned in the past about feeding stray cats, they insisted she was also trespassing, although she had remained inside her vehicle. Officers demanded Beverly's keys, yet she tried to give them to her friend Mary instead. Before she could, an officer scolded her, stating, quote, "Hey, it's gonna get ugly if you don't stop." Beverly then hit the officer in the hand with her keys before being detained with force, handcuffed, and placed in the cop car. Both women were arrested on county property near the municipal courthouse. Beverly Roberts was charged with criminal trespassing and disorderly conduct, while Mary Alston was charged with criminal trespassing and interfering with governmental operations. In December of 2022, a municipal judge found both women guilty. They were sentenced to 2 years of unsupervised probation, a suspended 10-day jail sentence, and small fines. However, the women refused to accept the ruling and appealed for a jury trial. In April of 2023, the city of Wetumpka dropped all criminal charges against them. Yet this isn't where the story ends. In February of 2024, Mary and Beverly filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the city. The suit alleged unlawful seizure, excessive force, and malicious prosecution, claiming the arrests were retaliation for their public criticism on the city's animal welfare enforcement. The Wetumpka City Council later voted to settle the cat lady's case for not more than $50,000. Mayor Jerry Willis was quoted after the city council meeting, saying,
"It is a very difficult case to defend. It would probably be expensive. This is in the best interest of the city to avoid the high costs of litigation." Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
It may feel safe and secure living in a small town environment with a low population and even lower crime rates. But I assure you, danger is lurking, even in places like these. And even if danger isn't present, local law enforcement will certainly find someone to punish anyway. Feed your local stray cats with compassion, yet caution, because you never know who may be watching from the shadows.
Wow, not more than 50,000. My real question is, how much less than 50,000?
I know.
Could that be $5?
Well, that's just how it was worded. You know how they word things in like the weirdest fucking ways sometimes, like to make it legally, and like they don't want to give away the exact amount or whatever. So who knows, honestly.
Well, I'm glad they still stuck up for themselves and weren't just like, oh, I don't have a whole lot of time left. Let's just let it go.
Yeah. When you see my precious Beverly's mugshot, she's smiling in it.
Aw.
And she's just like a typical looking grandma.
Is Mary smiling too?
No, Mary's not smiling in hers. I described her very well. She's very Southern. She sounds very friendly. In every interview she's done about this, she's wearing like leopard or polka dots or stripes or florals or...
Definitely sounds like a movie or something.
Literally.
Like the wild card side friend that's just way older, but just like, I need a fucking story. Like...
And yeah, of course, yes, Beverly did strike the officer technically, but I am so sorry. Watching the video, it doesn't even do it justice how I described it, okay? It's like a full 7-minute body cam video that is out there. The fact that they were just so mean and strict, and they kept saying to them too, and I didn't have the time to include everything they said, but they kept saying to them also, you keep feeding these cats and it's causing a public nuisance. And it was like they just kept trying to explain to them, we're not just feeding them and then walking away.
Yeah, you can tell they didn't really fully know why they were arresting them.
Exactly. They were trying to explain, we not only feed them, but trap them, neuter them, find them a home. They never got to explain how they found them a home.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good work.
Yeah. And it was all for free. 2 retired ladies like doing all this.
Weird hobby. But
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. And then the excessive force and just being like, you're trespassing. She's like, I just pulled up here. I'm still in my car. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, how is that?
It's so extreme. And I hate it all. And I love these ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are the most adorable little duo doing, honestly, like great work, trying to like help the animals and help their community. And then they're just being shat on by these stupid fucking bored ass mayors and cops.
Yeah, it definitely feels, whether it's like little man syndrome or like that power.
Yeah.
It makes me think of, I think it was the one you just did this last Christmas, the Christmas Carol story.
Yeah.
It's just old people who are just being like ornery or whatever.
They're just being
like,
a little quirky. Let them live.
Like they've seen enough. They know that you're just putting on an act. Just
Yeah.
You have nothing to prove here. Like they're not going to respect you after you put on an extra angry act.
No.
And it's easier to work with old people when you're nice.
Yeah, and they were acting like this lady had bombs in her backseat. The way they were talking, they're like, I see that cat food in that backseat. And it's like, so fucking what?
Conspiracy to feed cats.
I mean, immediately when I saw this, right, like on this show, they barely talked about it. I had to find most of this information because, like I said, it's so quick on that show. But immediately, I want to root for these characters. I think our listeners, most of them love cats like we do.
Mm-hmm. We love animal crimes on this show.
Yes, yes. And we love being anti-establishment, most of us. So I was like, this is
not
just...
I'm a good boy.
This really is just the most relatable and wholesome little crime. And it got taken way too far for what it was. And I'm happy to cover it.
Yeah, it sounds like a very fun buddy comedy of just trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of the story we need these days, you know?
I know.
Show me some more good people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll make this into a movie one day.
Maybe. Well, Trevin, what an episode. I know it's not typical like our normal ones, but like we said in the beginning, if you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome again and again and again and again.
Thank you for being here.
Thank
we
you for
appreciate
sticking around
every week.
And if you haven't given us a review, please just do it already.
Yeah, we're really making a push this year. We're trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
And also let us know with our top 5s that we did. I know they say like marketing wise, since that's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
I would love to know what episodes or stories stick with you. And I want to post something that gives people like a starting spot, like our 5 lists, but maybe I can take a few suggestions from people, like most scarring or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it when you send it in.
Which one of our stories immediately pops into your head right now?
Yeah.
And then tell us.
Yeah, and tell us why. Like, was it because it traumatized you, or was it because you just couldn't stop laughing? Like, I want to know, like, most blank, like, what did it to you?
Or did it happen in your hometown? We've had a few people reach out and be like, I know where that is.
Or people who know the criminal. That's always funny, too.
Oh, my God, yes. So send us your emails, give us your reviews, follow us on social. We're about to tell you all this immediately again.
Yeah.
And I hope that wherever you guys are this week, you are having the best time. And remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we are all doomed.
Doomed to go back and binge the entire catalog and be fans of our show now.
Bye.
See ya.
Well, now that we are properly reacquainted, come on over to Patreon for bonus content.
And if you'd like to see tiny clips of us talking about this stuff, make sure you're following us on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or Threads. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
And what's the pettiest shit you've ever done? Please send us your crimes. We do listener stories. Send them to livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And rate our show wherever you rate podcasts. We're really trying to make a splash, and we need your stars. Give us good ratings, spread the word wherever you spread good words and ratings. Give us 5 stars, Apple, Spotify, Good Pods.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was the worst clap we've ever done.
Oh wait, you know what? We can still do the clap. No, let's
Okay,
do the clap.
okay.
I didn't take my medicine.
That was like the quickest clap you've ever done in our lives.
I got distracted for a second.
Still waiting in line? Again? That's time you'll never get back. Save time and money with Stamps.com. Over 4 million businesses have skipped the line with Stamps.com. Join them to save up to 90% off carrier rates from your computer or phone right now. Print postage for certified mail, registered mail, and packages in seconds. Then schedule a pickup right from your home or office. For a limited time, go to Stamps.com and use code PODCAST for a free welcome gift. Taxes and fees apply.